Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. I think it's a double upload day. This one's coming a lot earlier than normal, and then we'll see what's going to happen later on, maybe on the more generic football front, and see exactly what's happening elsewhere. But this is a very Chelsea orientated video because we've just had news come through, and I have to talk about this because this is getting out of hand. This is getting out of hand. And I think it's only right that at the bare minimum we're concerned. But I think at face value, what we're getting here, things just don't add up. It just doesn't make sense. Or maybe it does make sense if you look at it from a certain perspective. What is Chelsea's obsession with Brighton? We're going to get into that. But make sure, before we do, you hit the subscribe button for all the content that you are going to be getting on here, as well as leading up into the cup final on the weekend, Chelsea versus Liverpool at Wembley. Make sure you're hitting that. And also check out all the socials, including the brand new or relaunched Younes Talks Football TikTok in the comment section below, where you're getting additional content, as well as Insta and all of that, which is there too. But we're back on there because we got taken down because of copyright. We're not going to do that again. So make sure you are following and enjoy all that comes your way. Let's get cracking. I'm going to just start off by showing you exactly what's happened, and then run you down exactly what the latest is, and then we're gonna hit some home truths. So let's get right into it. Here it is, starting off with Fabrizio earlier on today. Official. Brighton head of recruitment Sam Jewell agrees to join Chelsea. He will be part of the multi-club project to bring in and select new players. He's been placed on gardening leave as Mike Cave and George Holmes will assume Jewell's responsibilities. Brighton and Hove Albion FC have confirmed. We keep moving, so I'm going to show you all of this first. David Ornstein. Brighton head of recruitment Sam Jewell has accepted the offer from Chelsea in senior multi-club role. 34-year-old placed on gardening leave, expected to start in November. Reports to Stewart and Winstanley at Chelsea. Brighton handing duties to Cave and Holmes. Sam Jewell, who is the son of ex-manager, or I don't think he manages anymore, Paul Jewell. It used to be Wigan manager, if you remember. If I'm not mistaken, was Paul Jewell manager of Wigan when they won the FA Cup? I'm not sure. Don't hold me to that one. But ex-Wigan manager, his son is head of recruitment at Brighton, or was head of recruitment at Brighton up until today. And today he has joined Chelsea. Now, he replaces Christopher Vivell. When you're looking at the exact role, more focused on the multi-club role rather than Chelsea on its own specifically, although he will obviously be conducting Chelsea business, but everyone else too. So it's more of the role that Christopher Vivell left when he decided to say, see you later, this isn't for me. But what does all this mean for Chelsea? You'll be surprised if you don't know already that this isn't the first Brighton acquisition that we've got. It's not the second. It's not the third. It's not the fourth. It's not even the fifth. It's not even the sixth. Surely you're saying, nah, come on, it's not more than 7. Yeah, it's more than 8. Here it is. Chelsea take 11th staff/player from Brighton in 17 months under the new ownership. The names were Graham Potter, Billy Reid, Bjorn Hamburg, Bruno Sauter, Ben Roberts, Carl McCauley, Paul Winstanley, Robert Sanchez, Marco Correa, Moises Caicedo, and now Sam Jewell. Absolutely incredible. Says here, Brighton have received almost $250 million from Chelsea in trading over the last 2 years. You have to remember, for Sam Jewell, we're paying him out of his current contract at Brighton. He is on gardening leave. Brighton will be receiving money for us to take him. So yeah, well, let's get into it. Here's the numbers. We have paid Brighton over £225 million in the last year for 11 players and staff. The players being Sanchez, Cucurella and Caicedo, and the staff being Ben Roberts, Graham Potter, Billy Reid, Bruno Sauter, Bjorn Hamburg, Carl McCauley, Paul Winstanley, and now Sam Jewell. Absolutely unreal. I I've said this once before. I'm going to say it again. You bought the wrong club. Blue Co, you should be blue and white Co, and you should have bought Brighton. You shouldn't have bought Chelsea. It's as simple as that. And you know what? Even though you got Chelsea at a cut price because of the sanctions and Roman and all of this, you probably would have bought Brighton for a lot less anyway. So even Chelsea at a cut price, you're spending more on buying Chelsea and then trying to make Chelsea Brighton when you could have just bought Brighton. You could have given them an offer that they just simply cannot refuse because they've probably not seen that sort of money before, or they didn't anticipate that for a club like Brighton. You could have bought them. You would have had all the names that I've just read out. You would have had them at Brighton, in the waiting, ready, there, on sorted. Blueprint is there. You've just got to sit back and relax. So, you bought the wrong club. What is this obsession with Brighton? Why? Because let's actually take it into consideration here. Are Brighton doing what Leicester did? Where all of a sudden Leicester have just unlocked the flipping door. They've got the keys. We're now playing for the Premier League title. Whoa, 5,000 to 1 shot. Are Brighton even on that level? No. Why are we aspiring to be Brighton? What? Because they know how to pick out a good old talent or two? They definitely know how to do that, yes. But is that getting them to compete with the big boys in the Premier League? No. So what does it mean for Chelsea? It means that we will be on the same level as Brighton. Logic? Well, we've not done that. Listen, this is apparently where Chelsea are heading. And you know, I've been asking for Chelsea to possibly alter the strategy, turn away from this current model, revamp it, start acting serious, start doing things properly. Well, it looks like they're doubling down. Let's get into it. Chelsea have focused on buying young players in the past 12 months, and although results have been inconsistent, they believe the strategy overseen by Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart will bear fruit in the long run. Yeah, they'll bear fruit in the long run. I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. We'll bear fruit. We'll bear 12th placed fruit. Yeah. So instead of the nice, fantastic, big oranges, juicy, right? Or beautifully carved, ripe bananas. Or you can use any fruit on this, to be honest. Name a fruit, right? You know when it's at its peak, you're not going to be getting that. You're going to be getting standard, store-bought, imported about 2 weeks ago, has been put on preservatives, hoping it doesn't rot, and now we're selling it to you for £2.50. So you're losing money, you're not getting top quality, you're eating cardboard, and just deal with it. That's what we're doing. That's the fruit that we're going to bear in the long run here. If they actually think that this is what's going to get Chelsea to the top, they are beyond delusional at this point. Beyond delusional. And it's so easy to see. Well, we're not going to finish there though. Check this. Chelsea's key ambition is to add more data-driven scouting and bolster the analytics department. It is not a surprise Chelsea has looked to Brighton's model, as the Seagulls have repeatedly punched above their weight thanks to smart recruitment. If we're talking about punched above their weight, what does that mean? What, they're able to sell a player for good money? Well, it's Chelsea that have bought them all, so, you know. What's above their weight? Because when we actually look at the data, let's look at the data, right? Here's the data. Sam Jewell becomes the 11th Brighton member of staff to join Chelsea in the last 2 years. Based on a predicted 7th place finish this season, Brighton's average Premier League position since promotion has been 11th. Chelsea, currently 10th. Average. This weird Brighton obsession needs to end. I could not have put it better. Where are Brighton punching above their weight? Where? Why? Because in the Premier League, at the moment, Brighton are, what, are they 8th? Let's have a look. Oh, they're 7th. They're 7th. That's punching above their weight. So is that punching above Chelsea's weight? Because if you're fetching everyone from Brighton and you're going to bring them into Chelsea, What's your target here? Because trust me, the result's going to be 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. Where Brighton linger. If you're taking all of... And look, if we're being honest, Brighton right now have looked slightly better than how they did, maybe you could say, 4 years ago. But is that punching above their weight? We're taking all of the personnel that have made these results happen, and we're now hoping Chelsea are going to fight for the title in due course with Man City and Liverpool and all... Nah, mate, come on. There's delusion, and then there's pure insanity. Do you know what I mean? This has gone beyond delusion. This isn't just an obsession. I'm starting to think Tony Bloom, right, has financial incentives at Chelsea Football Club. Or something's going on here. All right, what's going on? Or do we... Maybe it's the other way around. Does this ownership have something in Brighton? Is there money being shared one way or another here? Like, is there something dodgy going on here? I can't explain this obsession with Brighton. I don't get it. And we're actually going to keep going down this whole data-driven route. We're actually going to double down on it. Oh, man. They're going to get a rude awakening. This football club's going to get a... We better win on Sunday. I'm going to say that. We better win on Sunday. We better win on Sunday because that could be the last trophy we see for a little while. At this rate, mate. When Brighton wins something, let me know. Because it might tell us when we're going to win something again. Substantial, I mean proper. You obviously, cup runs are cup runs. You can go on a cup run, something can happen. Much like we're going to hopefully win the Carabao Cup on Sunday. I say hopefully, fingers crossed. We'll see it's a final. Anything can happen. But we shouldn't just be hoping for a Carabao Cup win. Chelsea should be on a level where we are in the mix and we're looking to compete with the best to try and compete for the Premier League title, for a European spot, for Champions League, going as far as we can in that. That's where we should be. We're just going to make do with this because it's sustainable. What? We're going to use artificial intelligence to determine our scouting. We're going to use data to determine our what metrics we should look at. We're going to do all of this because Brighton does it. I don't understand the obsession. I don't understand the obsession. The obsession should be Man City. That should be the obsession. You could argue Liverpool should be the obsession. To try and strive to get to their levels. What is it they're doing right? What is it that's working for them? Let's try and do that. What is it that they've got that we haven't? That should be the obsession. We're trying to find revolutionary solutions for 5 or 6 years' time that no one's thought of. We're going to get ahead of the curve. You're about to get a rude awakening because this has been tried and tested and it's never flipping worked. The data actually makes it worse. Because before, trying to go down the ultra youth route has never worked for any football club before. At least back then, it was people looking and thinking, that player looks decent, we're going to go with that. Now we're having to rely on a computer to determine what young players we go for. Setting us up for failure. I'm genuinely scared now that we will be remaining mid-table. But you best believe, I said it before and I'll say it again, it can only hit a certain point before things really kick off. Before genuinely the entire fan base goes, enough is enough. And honestly, for me, a third season mid-table will do it. That will do the trick. So, good luck. That's all I'm going to say. Good luck, because this obsession is insane. It's absolutely insane. Let me know your thoughts down below. Much appreciated. I will see all of you later on for video number 2. Make sure you are there for that as we see what happens from now up until the later on. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Check out the socials like I've already mentioned on screen and in the description. Much appreciated. And I'll catch all of you later on today. I look forward to reading all of your comments. Let me know down below what you think. I'll catch you later. In a bit, people. Take care and peace.